My name is Stephen Zook Montague, and I was wanting to tell you a little bit about my life and how far I've came. Ever since I was a child, I knew that there was a God. I don't know how, but I always knew. But I never took it serious, because I've had a very rough life, and I was always wondering why He would give me such a hard life. But later on in life, I found out that He only gave you as much as you can handle. So, now that I got that out of the way, I'll tell you a little bit about my story. But whenever me and my sister came into the world, we were hurt. Our biological father took a look at us, and then he left. So when that happened, there were a lot of family issues involved, because my mother, I really don't think she was ready for kids. So she tried to put us up for adoption, and that fell through, and then she was pretty much giving us away to like family members, because she didn't know how to take care of kids. And then our aunt, who later became our stepmother because she adopted us, ended up taking good care of us. But our biological mother also wanted us back at the same time, so there was a lot of going back and forth, back and forth. And when that happens to a child, it can really mess with you when you get older, because you're so used to moving around right when you make a friend that it really messes with you. And years and years later, like, that's all that really happened, so that's all I'll say. But we ended up in the 8th grade, we ended up moving to Missouri. Me, my sister, my aunt, my grandma. And then my aunt has always had a lot of issues. She has very bad anxiety. And I was held back in kindergarten, so my sister was always a grade ahead of me. And the year my sister graduated, I couldn't stay with my aunt alone, so I ended up late leaving because I turned 18. I went to go live in East Tennessee, and I went through a huge party phase for some time, and I graduated, and then I did some moving around, and I slowly started learning a lot, because I was still a Christian at the time, but I didn't take it that serious. Then as soon as I moved to Nashville, that's when my whole world started slowly coming together, and I could notice all these signs that God really had a place for me. And I know that there's a reason for me being here and everything, giving you this testimony. And I ended up buying a car that I blew a lot of money into while I was going to school, so money was still tight, but I really wanted a cool car. I ended up wrecking it, and all my money was gone because I only had liability on it, so I didn't have any more money to buy a car. I couldn't work for 2 months, and I actually had to move out of the city and moved down here to Murfreesboro, Tennessee. And over time, it's just molded me into like an amazing Christian individual. And I had to bike everywhere I went. Like if it was raining, if it was snowing, sleeting, hailing, I would be biking back and forth to work, because I really needed to pay off all these fines from the accident I was in Nashville. Because, I'm sorry, I forgot to bring it up, but I was in an accident because I had been drinking and driving to where I almost killed 3 people. It really opened up my eyes and just changed my life forever. And after I came down here, I found an amazing church. I have all these amazing friends, and God has just done so much for me. He's blessed me with so much wisdom and knowledge and beauty, and I see beauty in everybody, everywhere, everything. It's just so crazy what God can do for one person, and I hope to reach out to many others, because a friend of mine said if you can change their mind, then you can change their heart, and that's very true, because I've seen it done. God bless you all.
You may tire of me, as our December sun is setting, 'cause I'm not who I used to be.